In today's video, the first episode of Star Wars Explained, I will be talking about my favorite ship in all of Star Wars, the B-Wing. Hello everyone, it's me, Shadowplace from Star Wars Composer. Today I will be talking about the B-Wing in my first ever video of Star Wars. So before we talk about the B-Wing, let's see what the B-Wing actually is. The B-Wing is a ship used by the Rebel Alliance and the New Republic during the Galactic Civil War. It was mainly utilized by the Republic before the disarmament before the sequels, and the B-Wing was then suspended and was mainly used by the Resistance. So first, let's talk about how the B-Wing was created and how it was made. The B-Wing was created by Corey and Mon Calamari, an engineer who worked for the Rebel Alliance. The ship was admittedly approved by Admiral Gil Akbar of the New Republic / Rebel Alliance. And Admiral Gil Akbar was one of the most genius admirals of the Galactic Civil War, only surpassing by Grand Admiral Thrawn of the Galactic Empire. Unfortunately, his geniusity was suspended by Disney, who killed him during Episode 8. The B-Wing composed of many weapons in its arsenal. First of all, an ion cannon and a laser cannon strapped in its S-foil, which can be suspended to make sure the B-Wing had a lot of weaponry, but the S-Force will slow its speed down. When close to the S-Force, the B-Wing will be extremely fast, though it is still vulnerable to laser cannons and TIE fighters. The B-Wing was also condemned during the disarmament due to Chancellor Mon Mothma's complete let's just say idiotic move to completely disarm the New Republic while the First Order was still building its force. Now let's talk about the B-Wing's armament. The B-Wing was, other than the ion cannon and the laser cannon, also armed with a unique weapon also known as the Auto Blaster. The Auto Blaster was kind of like a turbo laser, except faster, and it's kind of like a machine gun, and it will open up upon a capital ship and completely shred its armors. After the Y-Wing, like I said, the B-Wing was one of the ships that required a lot of escort. The Y-Wing that supported the B-Wing would usually fire their ion torpedoes and ion cannons at the ship, disabling its shield and enabling the B-Wing to use their proton torpedoes and auto blasters to completely shred the enemy's armor. A Star Destroyer, excuse me for my voice, I'm a little bit sick right now. A Star Destroyer usually doesn't acknowledge the power of the B-Wing. That's why a Star Destroyer completely got annihilated by a B-Wing squadron at the Battle of Endor, as I am showing the picture right now. As you can see, the Star Destroyer that exploded behind there only get destroyed by 3 B-Wings. The B-Wing was also one of the best heavy bombers of the Rebel Alliance, surpassed by the K-Wing, which carried the plasma torpedo, a lot more powerful than the ion torpedo, but still, it can't replace the purpose of the proton torpedo. The B-Wing also possessed more laser cannons on its backside and a pretty fast engine, still being surpassed by the X-Wing, A-Wing, and the Y-Wing itself. Now mainly the B-Wing was used in its purpose to destroy capital ships, leaving the ground bombing targets to its cousin, the Y-Wing. The B-Wing was originally condemned by the New Republic at the use of the K-Wing, but still they acknowledged the use of the B-Wing. Let's talk about the entire history, shall we? After the disarmament, the Resistance still had some B-Wings in them, but instead of utilizing the power of the B-Wing, the Resistance failed to acknowledge that, whether that be the bad leadership of the Resistance High Command, which composed mainly of New Republic officers and old Rebel Alliance officers. The B-Wing should have been used during the Battle of Dakar and more so during the Battle of Exegol in order to pound through enemy ships so that the resistance can't be victorious. Instead, they decided to go with the A-Wing, led by Blue Squadron during the Battle of Dakar, and obviously they got completely annihilated during the battle, and the battle was one of the most failures of both the Resistance and the First Order. As you can see, whoever doesn't acknowledge the power of the B-Wing gets annihilated. That's all for today's video of Star Wars Explained. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. In the next week, I'm covering another Rebel Alliance fighter, aka the X-Wing. So if you guys want to see that early, please like and subscribe to my channel. This will be my first video in forever to come. So I'll see you guys soon. Also, if you want curious to see when the song is coming out, the songs are coming out in next week. So I'll be releasing that sooner or later. Bye bye.